Hey there! My name is Elena, and I am the owner and creator of my self-love coaching business, Velatia Coaching. I'm a certified health, life, and transformation coach. From my expertise knowledge in transformation wellness and from my own difficult experiences as an insecure girl in high school, I've developed life-changing life coaching programs to help women find true self-love and acceptance through authentic, personalized, and holistic guided coaching practices. On this channel, I share my knowledge and expertise insights to guide you to elevating your relationship with yourself. This week, I'm talking about forgiveness. More importantly, forgiving yourself. Forgiving ourselves from our past mistakes and struggles can be one of the hardest things to do. Why? Because we tend to be hardest on ourselves. We have hopes, dreams, and expectations for ourselves. And when we don't get the results that we want, we're to blame, right? If we were better, stronger, more talented, smarter, if we were better prepared and didn't fuck around, if we didn't procrastinate, you get the idea. There's always something inadequate about ourselves, some flaw or undesired trait or characteristic that stands in the way of us succeeding. So what do? We shame ourselves. We beat ourselves up, down, left, right, any which way we can because we believe that we should be better. This shouldn't happen to us. For other people, sure. We're all human, right? But not us. We're exempt from the human defense. In fact, we consider it to be a bitter excuse. Forgiving ourselves seems impossible when we don't even consider ourselves to be worthy enough to be in the garden of forgiveness. Our difficulty of forgiving ourselves can feel more or less challenging depending on the circumstances. For me personally, I have always struggled most with forgiving myself when I felt weak, whether that weakness was physical, mental, emotional, or spiritual. I pride myself on being a strong person, and when I don't measure up to that, I've struggled to extend compassion and kindness to myself. To be honest with you, forgiving myself consistently has been one of the biggest struggles throughout every stage of my self-love journey. Forgiveness means to stop feeling angry and resentful towards a mistake or a flaw. Giving myself permission to say, it's okay, I release my anger and disappointment is definitely easier said than done. Forgiving yourself is a proactive progress. It doesn't happen overnight. Depending on the circumstances, it can take minutes, hours, days, weeks, months, even years. The point is that you never stop working on releasing your anger and resentment. You keep putting in effort because you know that you are worthy of forgiveness. In my 60-day coaching program, Self-Worth Awakening, I have sessions that are dedicated to the process of forgiveness, of forgiving yourself and others who have hurt you. There's a quote that I love to share with my clients that I'd love to extend to you. And that's, to forgive is to set a prisoner free and discover that the prisoner was you. We gain nothing from torturing ourselves in the jail cell that we've created in our hearts. All we can truly do is accept this as our truth and actively pursue forgiveness because we are all worthy of setting ourselves free of the chains of anger and resentment. So how do you do this? How do you forgive yourself? How do you thaw the challenging emotions through self-love? Well, remember that forgiveness looks different for everybody. It also depends on the circumstances. For example, as I mentioned previously, I struggle most with forgiving myself when I feel like I've been weak. But for situations like not giving my all to every single one of my daily tasks, I can forgive myself more easily. That's when I recognize that it can't be all done always, and trying my best is more than enough in my eyes. So becoming self-aware is the, first part of this. How you feel, why you feel the way that you feel, why you're reacting to different circumstances. With self-awareness, the rest of the process becomes much easier. In my coaching programs, I have already done for you workbooks to help you come into your awareness. But those exercises aren't necessary to get started. All you truly need is a strong desire to start and stay committed to yourself. The process is always easier with a coach, someone who has walked the path and can show you the roadmap of how to get through the challenges, but it can be done on your own. But I highly recommend looking into my coaching services if you prefer to hit the easy button and manifest self-love in only a few short months. You can head to my website after watching this video to learn more about how to get started on your own self-love journey today. The rest of the process can be done, any way that feels authentic and comfortable to you. The next steps are reflection, practicing compassion, acceptance, and finally, forgiveness. Everyone's process looks a little different. For me, I love reflecting through journaling and talking with friends and family about my feelings. But maybe for you, reflecting looks like hitting the gym, running on the treadmill, and letting just your thoughts surface. Or maybe it's going to the beach and watching the waves and verbally saying aloud how you feel, letting the wind embrace your emotions. Reflecting looks different for everyone. And the practices I mentioned are just a few ideas, but remember, this can be done however feels authentic for you. The important piece of the puzzle is allowing yourself to express your feelings. This is the stage when you're getting your thoughts and emotions and gaining clarity on exactly how you feel. Practicing compassion is the next step. Practicing compassion comes in waves for me. It starts off slow, and it feels like I'm pushing myself to do it. And then slowly but surely, the more I do it, the easier and more intense it becomes. Showing yourself compassion is about being sympathetic towards your feelings and proactively taking action to comfort that suffering. You can do this through being kind to yourself, through your thoughts, your words, and your actions. It's about releasing the tension and to stop spewing venom. Compassion is the gentle hand-holding that guides us to acceptance. And acceptance is all about acknowledging what has happened, being in the past, and not being able to change what happened. Acceptance is not about making excuses about whatever transpired, but it does say, hey, this happened and we can't change it. All we can do is focus our energy and attention on creating a different outcome in the future. Without the previous steps of reflection and compassion, acceptance feels like a bitter pill to swallow. It only further intensifies being a prisoner of our own creation. So make sure you allow yourself to reflect and take time being compassionate to yourself. That way, when you arrive at acceptance, true forgiveness will be right around the corner. Forgiveness is a process, but it's a very important aspect of living a joyful and healthy life. Practicing forgiveness for yourself and others is an act of self-love. I hope that today's self-love conversation reminded you that you are worthy of setting yourself free of anger and resentment. And that although it may take time, forgiveness is always the self-love practice that you should stay committed to, no matter how long it takes to achieve. So I hope you enjoyed today's self-love conversation. If you did, be sure to click the subscribe button to my channel to never miss out on any of my upcoming videos and to have direct access to all my other self-love conversations. Also, be sure to follow me on Instagram at Philatia Coaching or online at philatiacoaching.com for more free self-love content. That's it for today. Remember, until next time, you are worthy of love. XOXO.